Hey, what's up? I'm Michael. This video I am going to be drawing Fred Flintstone. Now my book, my cartooning book, has him from a full side view. It's like a really weird view that I don't like, and I am going to change that a little bit. So let me get it started. I'm trying something different today. Also, I've marked my area, so I have actual borders that I can draw in for this, and I can zoom in better. So let's get started on it. The way that I'm going to somewhat do it the way they say to do it, and then I'm also going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to start with the head, and the head is drawn, let's see, let's go right here. The head, let me see. You sort of start like so, and then what you're going to do is come up. And Fred Flintstone has a weird little chin, so it's going to come up like that. I tell you what, let me actually downsize this a little bit. Right from the very beginning, I'm making it way too big. Let's see here. I want his head to, the very top of his head will be right here. Okay, so I'm going to say that will be the bottom of his head. It looks like his body is, okay, his body is, if that's the full bit of his head right here, then the body is going to be about right here, and then he's got feet down here, and I can come down just below this, and that's going to be my guidelines. So let's go on and make sure we get rid of these lines really good. See if I can use my kneaded eraser a little bit better. This paper is really hard to erase on. My kneaded eraser is actually working much better now that I've kneaded it up a little bit more. Now, I will say, if you erase on paper, the paper's going to be much worse than it would be if it was just standard. So let me do something really quick. I have to cut my sounds off. Okay, now I'll get back to it. Let me just there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come down and say right about here is going to be his hairline, and then over here is about the base of his neck. It's going to come up like that, and I'm going to bring it here. Let's see, this needs to be almost flat across, and then I'm going to bring it out this way. Okay, so I don't want this to be the same place as this. This is pretty much going to come down like so, and so this is the shape of his head. The shape of his body. Now Fred Flintstone's a pretty fat guy, so I'm gonna make him a little bit skinnier than I originally done this. So let's actually add it right here and cut him way back over here with him. Okay, so now I'm going to cut back around here, and let's get rid of these lines. I'll go back and erase these later. I'll erase them out better later. Let me just bring this up midways right there. Okay, so this is going to come back and come down here. Then this is going to come back around here, and then he has, it's just a little triangle like so, and then he has this really weird tie which comes down like this. Alright, now Fred has these really weird feet, and his feet always are drawn like, you could say, two backwards L's and an L. So let's go right here, and I'm going to say here, and then here, and then right here. His leg comes in this way, and it's going to come out like this, and then back like this. Okay, and I'm going to go on and put in his toes. His toes are going to be a little weird. It's just like a loop, and then it's got a little loop for his toenail, a loop with a little loop for his toenail. This one should actually come down a little bit further, like right there. So let me fix that. I'm going to put it right there, and then one more right here, and just going to put it like that. Now, as I said, he has some really weird toes. I'm going to redraw these in a way that I like them. I don't like the way that happened, so let's fix it to my standards. Okay, there we go. Now on the other foot he has the same thing, and I'm going to draw a cross and show you how I would do a foot. You first start off and you box it out, and then you can make his toes like so, and then you can loop those toenails on just like that. Okay, from here I'm going to go back and work on his head. Actually, I take that back. Up here I'm going to work on his body first, and then I'm going to work on his head last. So he's got, first off, a little place that comes right here like so, and then he's going to have these lines like so, and he's got those weird cartoon hands that, okay, hold on, let me, he's got sort of block cartoon hands. Now, I made those really big. I shouldn't have. I'm going to erase them, and then I'm going to come back in and do them my way. So, alright, I know that his hand, let's see, it's going to come up to about right here, and that's going to be his hand right there. He's got a finger here. He has one that comes out here, and his other one here. And they never really show it in the cartoon very much, but I am going to draw on the back side just so you can see that he would have his thumb right here. If you can see this, it would be right here, but it's on the back side, so you won't be seeing that. Let me go on and get rid of it then, and wipe away. Okay, so he also has little triangles all over him, and the few that I see here, there's one, actually it's more of a pattern that is always on him. There's one up here about the back of his shoulder, there's one down here about just below his elbow, there's one always about here, and one always about here, and then I am going to put in another one there, because on the book that I'm drawing from, he's a little bit different than the way that I'm going to draw him. And I am going to actually change this back again, because I don't like that big old toe the way I done it. We'll fix all of this in the outline and stuff with the pen. So from here, you are going to take his shirt and come down, and let me see here. He's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 spikes on the bottom of his shirt. And I believe this is about true for all of them that I've seen. Let me see. Another example I'm looking at has 5 spikes, but 6 spikes will do. That's what's in the book that I'm using. Okay, so the way they have him drawn is they just have his nose here. I'm going to show this right quick, and they have his ear here, and then they have his hair up here. Okay, so I'm not going to do it that way. They have also, let me say, they have a line here, and they have his mouth coming out like so, with his top lip coming right here. Now I'm going to change that, so let me go back in and erase that. This is the cool thing about drawing, making your own drawings, is you can change up your image that you're looking at for references. So I've got like I said, a book that shows me stuff, and I have one up on the computer, and I'm using my trackball right here to go between the pictures on the internet. So I'm also going to, let's see, let me change my picture on here just a minute. I am going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to put a finger here. I'm going to put a finger here, and a finger here, and then I'm going to put a big old thumb right here. Let me make this a little bit better. Okay. Now this is my cartooning style, so what I'm going to do is bring his shoulder out and around like that. Okay, I don't want it to really be too much, so we'll do it that way. And what I'll do is I'll make his hand right here. I'll tell you what, let's put it back a little bit further even. Excuse that, please. I'm going to throw that phone away. I'll tell you what, let's erase this and not put it in. I don't want to really show this at the moment. I think what I'll do is I will bring his arm down here, and I'm going to put a finger here, and then I'll have the thumb up here, and I'm just going to bring it in like so. Nobody at this house can answer a phone if it's ringing for some reason. So let's see. I don't like that either. Let me move that out here. Nope, I don't like that either. I need to figure out how I want this done. So I know he's got an arm here, and it's going to come out to about, his elbow would probably be about right here. So, his fingers would actually be just right here, and his thumb sticking up about right here. Let's make his fingers a little smaller. And erase that other. Alright. Now it just looks like he's holding his belly. There we go. And I'll make the fingers a little bit rounder on the end to give fingernails. You really don't give him fingernails, but you get the picture. Let's get rid of those. Now let's draw his hair. His hair is always, no matter what angle he's at, it's a little weird looking. He's got 4 tufts of hair back here. He has an ear about right here. I'm going to put his ear here. And he has, I'm actually going to change that and put, because his head is not right here, his head's going to be back here. It's turned a little bit, and he's got his ear there. He's going to have this big old place here. This is his stubble. Okay? And so then, let's see, he's got a nose that comes down, comes back up like that, and then he's going to have his eyes are pretty much side by side, and we're going to put them like that. And then over here, his mouth is really weird. I'm going to round this out a little bit, and up under his nose he has this weird mouth. And let's see here, it comes up like so and that way, and then right inside it just kind of shuts there, and it's got his tongue, and the rest is a little bit different color. Okay, he then has an eyebrow, and we're going to make his head actually come up here since he's turning his head. And then back here, his hair is going to have one coming this way, and then over here, one here. So let's bring this down a little bit more. And then, like I said earlier, there's going to be 4 tufts of hair, so it's like 4 spikes. And let me actually take this and put it back up in here. And then on top, this one comes way up, and it comes down, and then he has a hair here, a hair here, and he has 2 forward spikes. So what we're going to do is sketch those out, put that one there. This one comes back a little bit, this one out a little bit, and let's just say from here it's going to come out like that, and this top one doesn't go quite out like that, so I'm going to pull it back in like that. Take this one and actually, hold on, let's do this a little bit different. Let's bring this one back here and put this one on out here, and there we go. So that is Fred Flintstone, and I'm even going to go a little bit further with this top piece. In 2 of the references it comes out really far, and in the other one it doesn't. The other one in the book is about here, so I'm going to do that one. Okay, let me do that, and there is our Fred Flintstone. Let me check and make sure I have everything. These are black. Instead, they have nothing in them, so they're black. and it's not quite the way I done it. It comes up like so. Let's do that. I'm going to bring this back down right here a little bit differently. So I can pull that out a little bit now. Just because I like having it different, I'm putting a cross piece for his collar. Now let's not forget he's a caveman before anything else, or a Stone Age man. So I'm going to make it look the best I can. Okay, I think that's about it. I will be back with the pins in just a moment, and the pins and the finishing touches I am going to do in time lapse for this. There's also going to be a speed art video that's all time lapse. You can find it probably on the same day that you find this, so I'll be right back with that part.